Yo, welcome back to Eat, Sleep, Breathe Hoops with your boy, Nikki P. You know what it is. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for rocking with me. We're getting into part 3 of this MVP debate over the eras about who deserves more or less, or if their amount was just right for their careers. Let's dive into it in a quick recap because just so we're all on the same page. LeBron James won MVP in 2010, 2012, and 2013. So we're going to bypass that while we're going through the rest of this list from 2000s up through 2025 because we covered that in part 2. So if you haven't seen part 2, go check that out. LeBron won his first MVP in 2009. So we just, did them all inclusive for LeBron on the part 2 video. So let's dive into it without further ado. In 2011, Derrick Rose captured that MVP award. I think he was the youngest player to ever get it, and I think that record still stands. He was arguably the most explosive player, especially most explosive point guard to ever play the game for sure at that position. Just lightning, explosion, and crazy bounce, and could just go up in the blink of an eye, and he'd be above looking down on you, dunking on you. And he got his jump shot a little better over time. It was quick, could get to the rack and finish with the best of them. His north to south ability was lightning fast. Elastic hang time. Derrick Rose, there was a reason why he captured that MVP. Had a killer floater game. D Rose, man, he was that dude for a minute before the injuries. He rivaled cats like LeBron, Dwight Howard, Dirk Nowitzki, Kobe, and D Wade. The verdict for one MVP on D Rose? Just right. Injuries stopped what could have been a multiple MVP career for him. In 2014, we skipping LeBron, like I said, so I don't want to hear about say, oh, what happened here, happened there. But let's keep going. When 2014, Kevin Durant captured that MVP. He got one of them things. And, his game speaks for himself, man. One of the most talented scorers to ever lace him up. The mid-range, the post-game. In early KD, wasn't really posting up. Then the light turned on. He saw Kobe using it all the time. He added it to his game, and mama, that's all she wrote. He could hit the three ball. Not just one of the greatest scorers of all time, but one of the greatest shooters of all time as well. If KD actually had the mentality to want to be the greatest player to ever do it, he could have very much have been in that conversation if he just wanted to. He didn't quite have that will to want to do it. He just, wanted to go play and have fun. But a 7-foot shot maker that could pull up from anywhere, a 90% free throw or close to it over the course of his career. Fluid handle for a cat that size. He had the complete game, man, especially on the offensive end. And he rivaled cats like LeBron, CP3, Curry, James Harden, and Russell Westbrook. The verdict for one MVP in KD's career? He could have got more. Several 30-point per game seasons, 65-win pace seasons suppressed by teammate overlap or injuries. Yeah, KD definitely could have got maybe 2 of them things for sure. Steph Curry. Moving on to Steph, the killer shooter. He got 2 MVPs in 2015 and 2016. Don't need to say much here. Greatest shooter of all time. That pretty much sums it up. And especially he can shoot off the dribble from behind that 3-point arc like no other. And he had some deceptive speed to his game. Not the quickest cat, but deceptive speed. And, Curry was just an assassin, an absolute juggernaut from beyond the arc. Those were dang near layups for him. And then, the range was unprecedented, especially at the clip that he shot from that longer range. Some cats did it, from time to time back in the day before it was popular, like Gilbert Arenas, even Dame Lillard. But at the clip, at the high volume of shots he shoots from that range, it's been unprecedented. And that's why he's going down in the Hall of Fame when it's all said and done. The verdict for Curry having 2 MVPs to his name in his career, just right. He rivaled cats like LeBron, Harden, Kawhi, KD, Westbrook, and others. And 2 MVPs for his era is just fitting for a player like Steph Curry. If he would have had that 3-point ability coupled with and Allen Iverson-like quickness and explosion, where he could just dominate in the mid-range and get to the rack at the level that AI did, then he definitely would have a case for more MVPs, and we'd probably be arguably talking about him as the greatest player of all time if he had all that to his game. Moving on, Russell Westbrook got one of them things in 2017. His game, he was full speed ahead, just go, almost like a football player out there in some fashion. Physical, tough, just bullied to the rack, just, early in his career, when he was, at the height of his prime. He had an excellent mid-range pull-up, little mid-range jumper right there at the elbow and off the bank. He kind of lost that over time, lost confidence in his jumper over time, but Russell Westbrook at one point in time was a great player. He had a bit of a knock on him for, being a turnover machine and for how great he was, making a lot of boneheaded plays out there. But with that said, he still captured that one MVP in 2017. And he rivals some cats I've already mentioned, like Harden, Kawhi, LeBron, Curry, KD. And the verdict for what Westbrook would won, just right. He had a great career. He had those triple-double seasons, even though, there's been some chatter about that. We won't get into all that right now. But yeah, one is just right for Russ. Moving on to James Harden. He captured one in 2018. Man, the boy had a killer game. I'll say this. He had a killer game. His handle was ridiculous, especially at a cat that's 6'7". He could get to the rack. He could hit the three, had a great jumper. Didn't really utilize the mid-range too often, but he could kill from that three range, hit that step-back three like no other. But with that said, all the flailing and flopping that he got away with that sent him to the free throw line all the time, where there was times he'd be going to the rack and not even looking at the rim, just trying to look for somebody to run into, which was just ridiculous. And all the traveling that he got away with, man, I wasn't a fan of that, even though he was a killer in his own right. But if he had to play within the confines of the rules and then get away with all that flopping, I don't think he would have had as great of statistical seasons that he put up. But the verdict for James Harden with one is just right. He set Houston on fire, man. Everybody was wondering how good he was going to be when he left the Thunder as a promising potential player coming off the bench over there. And then he just maxed out and started balling out there in Houston. So he definitely deserved one. And then, James Harden, he did his thing with that one, and he'll go down in the history books. Moving on to Giannis Antetokounmpo. He got two of them things, two MVPs to his name in 2019 and 2020. His game, a transition beast. Getting out in transition and up and down the court like a freight train, similar to LeBron, man. You don't want to get in his way when he has a full head of steam going. And he can just go dunk on you, especially in an era where it's no real bigs anymore. It's just a lot of tall, skinny dudes for the most part. He's like Shaq on all these little skinny dudes, man, just dunking on them left and right with with nothing that they could do to stop it. He rivaled James Harden, LeBron, Jokic, Embiid, Curry, and some other players that we've been mentioning along this list. The verdict for Antetokounmpo getting two of them things is just right. He's been killing the league ever since, after his first couple seasons where he kind of came into his own and realized how he could dominate, and then he just took off and maxed that out. He definitely deserves his two. Don't think he really deserves 3 or 4, and he definitely deserves more than one. And Antetokounmpo, he's been doing this thing in his era. And we moving on. Nikola Jokic, y'all know who that is, man. 3 of them things in 2021, 2022, and 2024. His game, complete. That's one word to describe his game, is complete. No weaknesses, man. He works hard on the defensive end. He's not a shot blocker, but he works hard defensively, clogs up the paint and alters shots. Offensively, we don't even have to talk about it. He can hit you with the 3 ball. He has a great shot, period. Good mid-range jumper, great pump fake, great footwork in the post, great passing ability, great vision, great court awareness, high basketball IQ. Can finish with the left, finish with the right. And he plays like a dog out there. He ain't soft, and he ain't doing all that flopping and flailing too often like you see a lot of other players. So yeah, Nikola Jokic, man, he's been the best player in the league for a little while now, in my opinion. His rivals are SGA, Luka, Tatum, Embiid, Giannis, LeBron, and some other players. The verdict for him getting 3 is just right. He got 3 of them things, deservedly so, by dominating the league. That's a bit softer and less physical of an era, and he came in, noticed that, and said, okay, I'm going to be big and just be physical and kill y'all. And that's what he's been doing. So yeah, 3 is right on spot for Nikola Jokic. Nah. Yeah, 3 is good. Maybe 4, but nah. We gonna say 3 is just right for Nikola. Joel Embiid getting his 1 in 2023. Similar to Jokic, he saw a league of little dudes, and he said, okay, I'm gonna be a big dude and play like a big and just kill y'all. And that's what he's been doing when he's been healthy. Majority of his career, at least half of his career, I think he's been injured. So it's hard to rack up that hardware when you're on the sidelines in your street clothes. But when he's on the court and healthy, man, he's arguably the most talented player in the league, along with Jokic. I mean, he has a lot of the similar qualities. He has a shot. He can hit the 3. He can hit the mid-range. He got the post up. He can hit you with the footwork. Good free throw shooter. Finish with the right foot. Finish with the left. Great shot blocker. I mean, yeah, he has a complete game. He just is often injured, unfortunately. And he rivaled Jokic, Giannis, Tatum, Luka, and a lot of other players we mentioned. So the verdict for Embiid with 1 is just right. Due to injuries, he probably could have got more for sure. If it wasn't for injuries, he definitely would have got more. Not a probably, that's a definitely. But due to injuries, 1 is just right for the big man, Joel Embiid. And last but not least, moving on to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the latest MVP, the latest cat to get his name added to the list, man. He's a good change of pace player. He's not the quickest, he's not the fastest, but he's still great at changing paces and speed within his abilities. He's great within the mid-range. In an era where the mid-range has died off, he's keeping it alive and showing you that, hey, you need this in your game if you want to be a great scorer. That's why I'm busting y'all over the head and winning these scoring titles and getting MVP, because all y'all ain't got a mid-range game, and I do. He could get to the rack. He got good footwork. He got a good pump fake. He's a capable three-point shooter. He could get that 3-ball a little better, and when he does, it's just going to be that much more, effective. And he can shoot free throws, and he works hard on the defensive end too, unlike we've seen with some players in the past with the likes of James Harden and some others. So his rivals were Jokic, Giannis, Luka, Tatum. So the verdict for 1 in Shai Gilgeous' budding career so far is just right. He has a huge chance to rack up some more. It'll probably be another head-to-head race between him and Jokic next year too. So yeah, he'll, by the time when his career is all said and done, he'll definitely have more than 1 to his name. But for as of right now, 1 is spot on for Shai. And with that said, man, that's 2010s through the 2025s. Yeah, up to present day time, man. That's current. So let's do a little roll call and go over that list really quick, man, just to recap everything. So we done already covered LeBron, so we'll leave him out this list right now. Actually, let's throw him on there, man. So LeBron, he got his joints in 2010, 2011, and 2013. Derrick Rose got his 1 in 2011. Kevin Durant got his 1 in 2014. Steph Curry got 2 of them things in 2015 and 2016. Russell Westbrook got 1 in 2017. James Harden got 1 in 2018. Giannis Antetokounmpo got 2 in 2019 and 2020. Nikola Jokic got 3 of them things, the trifecta, in 2021, 2022, and 2024. And Joel Embiid got 1 in 2023. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander got 1 in 2025. And with that said, that wraps up the list from all the way back in part 1, starting with the 50s up through now, to end part 3 with the 2025s. What y'all think, man? Hop up in that comment section and holla at me. Let me know if you think you agree with the assessments, you agree with the verdicts. Would you make any changes? Let me know. Let me know your thoughts, and we'll wrap it up about this topic right here and chop it up. Once again, it's your boy, Nicky P. You're hanging on my channel, Eat, Sleep, Breathe, Hoops. Thank you for continuing to rock with me. Go share, go subscribe, like the video, all that good stuff. Share with your hoop head friends, and let's keep it pushing, man. Let's keep growing this community. And until the next one, peace.